It's a happy day. Hi, boys. How are you?
Hello. Yeah, good.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to have to say something quick straight away. So last night, me and Side did that live stream. My internet was a bit funny. And if it does it today, we're under tornado watch. So there's a tornado coming. So if I flick in and out, whatever, you know exactly what it is. All right. So I just wanted to get that out. By the way. Anyway, how are you all? How was everything?
Scott.
Excellent for a Sunday. You know,
Yeah, he's all right for
with everybody. Watch a little football later. Watch the team get pounded, and then Christmas lights with the kid again.
Well, I watched the proper football this morning. 3 wins out of 3. I tell you what, Sue, I'm getting a nosebleed here. Newcastle.
You'll have to get deducted 10 points more often, mate. You've been doing
I know, I tell you what. But that's what I'm obviously we're not going to talk about football today, but that's what annoys me because we've won 3 in a row and we're 17th. We should be 9th. You know, but listen, it is what it is. But anyway,
it's the maybes.
But as you can see, we've got HawksSpot, good old Scott joining us today, and we've got the lovely Sue, Universal Toy Collector, joining us. And the reason we're doing a stream tonight is because Scott, how many did you get? 2 of those Haslab HISS tanks?
2
of them. So this is the original one. This is one that Scuba Pete sent me, which is that right there. And I remember, what was it called? The HISS tank in the Red Shadows in the Palatoy in Action Force, or was it?
Yeah, I think it might have been. I think it was. Yeah.
It's still called the HISS tank. So we know about the HISS tank, you know, whether you got the Palatoy one or the GI Joe one. But what was it about this thing that made you go, right, I need to get 2 of them?
Well, I mean, it's a method to the madness of the way I collect, I guess.
Right.
And again, with all the different lines that we collect, you're never going to collect them all. We're not millionaires. We're just average Joes at work. So, you know, my wife says, if you're going to do solid and go 100%, you need to pick one line to go after. And, you know, my love as a kid of G.I. Joe, you know, it was always Star Wars, G.I. Joe, you know, hand in hand growing up. And I always said, God, if Star Wars only moved like G.I. Joe, if they only had as much play test as G.I. Joe, they would be superior. But my love for G.I. Joe was just like, okay, I'm going to go with the classified line.
So you were all right with the 6-inch line then? Because I know there's a lot of, it was the same as Star Wars, wasn't it, Stu? That a lot of Star Wars fans, when the 6-inch come, they're like, no, Star Wars should always be 3/4 inch, you know, because of the play sets of the vehicles. But they started making, you know, Black Series started making vehicles, but the last one was about 2 years ago, the Snow Speeder. So were you all in for 6-inch at the start?
We kind of stuttered on that, to be honest with you. Yeah, we stuttered on that. I mean, because we weren't sure. We didn't like the look, or I should say you know, April kind of goes with me. But
right.
I did not like the looks of the first one. The Roadblocks, the Duke, even the Scarlet was a little off to me. The Gung Ho was hideous. But they damn roped me in with the number sequence, because once you start getting a couple numbers, you're kind of like, I want to fill all the numbers. You know? And that goes into the reasoning on why 2 tanks were bought. Again, the figures are exclusive inside. I want a set that is unopened, and then I want a set that's open. Same reasoning. And then bonus with the HISS tank, because you're not going to leave one of the HISS tanks open or unopened. You can't. There's so many modifications you could actually make 2 different looking HISS tanks. So it's kind of a bonus there, like a double head on a Marvel character or something like that.
The thing for me, and I'm going to ask you this, Stu, the thing for me for classified, or when G.I. Joe reintroduced the 6-inch line, it was an opportunity for me to get in it because I'd heard about G.I. Joe. We've seen everybody's collections in the community. You know, you've seen Scuba's and Jeff's, and you're like, oh man, look at Chris Meara's. And I have no knowledge of it really, of G.I. Joe, whatever. So this was an opportunity for me to get into this 6-inch line. Is that the same for you? Because I know you've got some of the 3/4 inch ones.
Yeah, I mean, I had a few bits and bobs as a kid, but it was predominantly Star Wars with me. And I was quite excited when the classified line came out. But like Scott's just said, when those first few figures did come out, like the Duke, the Scarlet, the Roadblock, the Gung Ho, they weren't the like the action figures or the characters that I remembered as a kid. So I was a little bit disappointed by those. I think they've done well since with the look of the figures now that they're more like the 80s style of figures we had as kids, the O-ring figures. So like fair play to Hasbro for that. And you were saying, I think the difference between the G.I. Joe 6-inch and the Star Wars 6-inch is I think you've got more room for doing vehicles within that 6-inch classified range. I mean, they're doing the, what have they done? Just recently going to be coming out next year. The Vamp, they've got that coming out. You've got Bubble, you've got the Ram motorcycle. So I'm sure there's other little vehicles that they could do within that 6-inch line compared to what they could do with the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch line. I mean, the Snowspeeder is probably about the biggest you're going to get. I mean, you can't go any bigger than that, really, I don't think.
No, you know, and that was right. But they stopped, didn't they? I mean, and that's the thing. Because we were talking, weren't we, Scott, about a year ago saying, oh, they'll you know, me, you, Scuba, the lads were saying, oh, they'll never make vehicles for G.I. Joe because they'll be too, just like they did for 6-inch for Black Series. They stopped making them, but looks like they're not stopping. Looks like they're going to make a few. But I think G.I. Joe 6-inch wise for vehicles will be a lot easier to do than Star Wars, I think, because it's like what you said, Stu. The X-wing's going to be huge, isn't it? Attack, we're never going to get one of them for a Black Series.
They've done the Vamp for the classified, haven't they? So there's no reason why they can't do like a Night Attack Stinger Jeep. Why they can't do the AWE Striker Jeep? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so they've done the motorbikes as well, haven't they? So you know,
yeah. Wow. So I mean, you know, even a possible Wolverine, if they're going to do the HISS tank, you could go even say as big as the Wolverine.
God, yeah.
You know,
so there's lots of potential. You're going to get more, like Scott. Dragonfly, yeah, you got the Dragonfly coming as well. You're exactly right. So
did you get that as well?
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we got the Dragonfly. So, like I said, that's the line that we commit to the most. So yeah.
It's not did he get any Sue? It's how many he got. You know, how many did you get? Scott? You know.
Well, you know the drill. Exactly what I told you about those HISS tanks. If they have exclusive figures in them, you know how that went down. Plus, you can do 2 different things with them. You know, I mean, but you know what? To go back to it before we grab this incredibly heavy box too, what Stu said is 100% accurate because back in the day, G.I. Joe had so many of the smaller vehicles, almost like the mini rigs for Star Wars. But to me, I think those came out too late when it was kind of fading out. The stuff with G.I. Joe, they had the cheaper stuff because everybody couldn't afford the big old, you know, the water moccasins and, you know, the tomahawks and stuff like that. They had small things like a ferret, you know, that's going to come, a little ATV, little mini battle stations, you know, the SMS missile sets coming, I believe, too. There's so many different smaller props that fit the scale. So, you know, at the beginning, they thought this line was going to die, and it just kind of blew up, you know.
Yeah, I think if they'd have carried on the way they were going with it, Scott, I think it would have done. I think there was such a like a backlash with those first few figures come out in that first wave, you know, and personally, I think if it wasn't for Valor versus Action Force, you know, that was the kick up the backside Hasbro needed for
healthy competition. Healthy competition.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what you need. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We were talking about that in the 80s, saying that the amount of different toy lines in the 80s, but we all think it was because of healthy competition. You know, they're all, I mean, He-Man, Brave Star, Vision. I mean, there were so many different lines, and it's because they're trying to better the competition, if you will. So, no, I agree with that. I do agree with that. I think they've looked at Valorverse and gone, right, we're going to have to book up our ideas here and so forth. Going back to what you were saying, though, at the start, see, I was quite lucky with that because I saw all the complaints about the first wave of G.I. Joe saying, oh, they don't look right and they're a bit space looking and this and that. But because I didn't know the characters, excuse me, wasn't really an issue for me. You know, I just thought, oh, these are all. But even now, knowing my knowledge is not brilliant in G.I. Joe, I can definitely see the difference. I can see the difference between the first waves and what's coming out now. What's coming out now is unbelievable. But anyway, let's before we get into it, I'm just going to say hello to people in the chat. So we've got Baz here. Hiya, Baz.
Baz.
Kieran's here. G-Force. David, I know 2 shabby lives in 2 days. I know people are getting fed up to backseat. Well, we weren't going to do yesterday's, but Si messaged me in the morning and he said, oh, I've just got all these parcels. So I said, well, we'll just do a stream. So, but cheers, Damien. Thanks for coming in twice, mate. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
Manga Fandango.
Here he is. Sorry. Oh.
Mr. Redmond's here. Yeah. So we've got quite a few people here. Chippo's coming. Awesome. Hiya, pal. And there's Kieran. Can't be as good as last night's stream, Dame. Terry's here. ITJC. This is awesome. Everybody's coming. Chippo. Here we go. Finally, Shabby finds professional YouTubers to replace Tess.
That's a bit harsh, Kieran, but funny.
Where are they?
Wow.
That's brilliant. Oh, look who's here. Mr. Mira. Hiya, pal. How are you?
Do you know, I'm so looking forward to seeing Chris next April. He's coming over to NEC Birmingham, so really looking forward to meeting up with Chris. That's going to be awesome.
Not doing too bad over here, mate. Hope everything is well. Awesome. Mrs. Scuba Pete, hello, Leslie. Hiya, Leslie.
Hello.
Marco, hiya, pal. Marco came in as well, last night as well. So that's awesome, man. And Scuba's dudes down here. Right. So we've got plenty of people here. So what I'm going to do is, well, were you interested in getting this HISS tank, Stu, before we get into it? Because I've been collecting the G.I. Joes, but I've been doing it like when they're on sale because I've got no thing for it. As soon as I find one, I think I'll buy it. But the HISS tank wasn't really something for. But I said to Scott, that was funny because when you saw the way the Black Series Haslabs was going, I said to you, Scott, oh no, that's not going to get back. Do you remember? I think it got back in a day, didn't it? The HISS tank, it just flew. How many?
I think it got back in like 9 hours. I'm pretty sure it shattered records. It was
one of the biggest ones.
On Haslab, but that thing funded like that. I was jaw dropping because I was talking to you guys in the chat later that day.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, man, this thing is on fire. I suggest grabbing one or two. You know, and you guys were like, Joe. I don't even know. Was Connor the only one other than I that got one in my group? Or I don't.
Well, did you order one, Stu? Did you get one of these?
No, I didn't. I was so tempted, but I thought, look, it's just going to take up so much shelf space. It's going to take up a lot of finances. I'd already think I'd invested. Basically, at the end of no, I didn't. I wanted to, but I just thought I couldn't because I got nowhere to put it and funds as well. And then they did the Dragonfly, and I was like, oh my god, that looks absolutely fantastic. And again, I didn't get that. But
see, our side was tempted. Our side actually backed that, but then pulled out because he went to go to Dublin. But then he said to me, well, I'm not going to start collecting G.I. Joe, but that Dragonfly said just looked awesome. It just looked really cool, which I suppose it did.
Well, the thing is, I'm thinking, why get it for you like the proper retail price when I can just pay double for it later on eBay on the secondary market? So
I'm just making sure Georgie's not in the chat while you just said that.
No, she's too ill. She's too ill. She's in bed. She can't hear. She's too ill. She's not.
Claire's ill. Everyone's sick. Georgie's sick. Claire's sick.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right. So what I'm going to do, Scott, is I'm going to make you big, my friend.
Okay.
That's not so, is it? Come on, Shab.
Right here.
There he is.
Right. So let's see the size of this box.
All right. Let's get this thing that is. I'm sure everybody's seen these boxes. Codename Whitman. Almost 19 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
My arm's not that long. I'm no basketball player, but
wow.
It's long. So it's better like that. There we go. Yeah, it's long.
Hey, Dothrock. Hi, pal. Hey, Gilster.
It's not to commit a injury here, slicing this up. They actually taped it up pretty good with gum and crest.
So has it been killing you not opening this, Scott, for a while? Because you've had it for a few days, haven't you?
No, not at all. Like I said, we waited 18 months. Having him in my hand was a nice feeling, but I'm like, having him in the box in hand, yeah, they'll be great. So, it's hard to find time all the time with a little one, especially. So, and especially room. But man, we talked about this many minutes ago. Oh, we're gonna crack them open with the group. So, okay. So nice box. They actually put like border protectors on them.
Oh wow, cool.
So, which is
yeah.
Really,
oh, nice.
Yeah. It's tight anyway, so there's no need for packing materials. So let's see what in the top half because I think it's 2
Hey,
boxes.
Jeff.
Hey guys,
Just in time, Jeff. Let's look
Oh,
at
hi,
this.
Jeff.
it's new.
I don't remember
That box is
seeing
almost
these
as
in
big
any
as you,
of the
mate.
other Haslam's we got. I don't remember seeing them in the Razor Crest, and I don't remember seeing them in the Skyscraper.
No, I mean, I think this is the first time they've double boxed it then, because I don't think the barge, because there was a lot of complaints, weren't there, with the barge with it getting damaged in the, in postage and so forth.
I think they double boxed the Skyscraper semi. I
They
believe.
did. Yeah,
Yeah, they
Skyscraper
did, yeah.
double boxed.
Hi, Georgie. Hey, Lobot.
And they even bored the bottom. So I had to muscle it on the floor here.
I kind of wish.
Yeah, that's a good point Jonathan's made.
So a box in a box. And hope wonder another box and another box. So let's press
Buddy?
this one. See what we got
Oh, a
here.
fellow chasing 80 says hello, Jeff.
Chris,
Hi, Rod Des. Hey, pal.
Seen pictures of this, so this will be really
nice.
nice little touch here.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I
Wow,
like
that
that.
is cool.
Jeff, were you not tempted? I know you don't collect 6-inch, Jeff, but you were not tempted with this.
Yeah, this one was a little tempted with. The only thing one of the things that kind of bugs me a little bit is that logo with the 2 snakes. That was used on the
Yeah.
Moray, not the Hiss.
Hey
Originally.
Jeff,
Wow,
I didn't see you jump in.
Hey there. Yeah, so it's like they're crossing some of the vintage logos, and that's what was always a big thing for me. What's really cool was the logos on like the Sky Striker and the Rattler and stuff. The Cobra Air Force had their own logo, but yeah, I don't know. It's cool though.
Man, I'm sweating. That's a workout getting those things out of the box, that's for sure.
You
Yeah,
take
it's
it
a
easy,
thing, what,
Scott.
it's
Don't go
well,
overdoing it, mate.
Jeff Barker,
Okay.
the camping master.
Man, see, now this is what hurts. And
Side.
seeing this box makes me like, oh wow, I kind of wish I had a third.
That's cool.
Now that looks cool.
I'd be
That
sleeping
does
out in
look
the
cool.
barn. I'd be sleeping out in the barn. So yeah, really, really cool.
That is really cool. Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
That'd be fun to display that.
Wow.
Wow, that is cool.
That does look awesome, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I flipped up the table to do that turn move right there. Yeah.
That's
Wow.
cool. They got
It's like-
Baroness and Destro
Yeah.
and Cobra Commander on there.
I mean, even the figure looks.
We just took
even
it
the
from
figure
not being mint, man, we sliced it open, but that's what this is all about. Okay. So
It's weird.
Lobot's got one too.
I mean, it's cool, but it's weird that they just hung like a chain gun underneath the chin.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to put that on, though, do you, Jeff? I wouldn't have thought.
I don't know, maybe
It's
not.
optional.
but then you can put it down with that chain gun.
Yeah.
Put it down. A little bit of modernization to it, so you know.
Yep.
So let me see if I can figure out how to open this. That would help this screen.
You got a lot of work to do there.
I'm impressed so far. I am impressed.
Jeff, in the original G.I. Joe line, they did a HISS Tank 2, didn't they? HISS Tank Mark 2, and it was like a more updated version of it.
A little bit,
Is that
yeah.
the
They
grey one?
changed the turret stuff around up top
That's
a few
it.
times, and they
Yeah.
changed the color of the from black to they did a blue one, a red one, a couple different other ones too. I can't remember that were later on after I got out of it, but yeah, they did a few modifications.
Yeah.
Definitely a keeper.
God, box after box. Brilliant.
So double box. I'm gonna guess, but I could be wrong with how they boxed it. But
That could be just
nice little logo. Our favorite Cobra sign. And the money box.
They certainly pack it well, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
This
expect
is
any
a
damage.
massive
But so I guess we will crack the smaller box open so it doesn't need a break.
Scott, Scooby Pete asks, does the HISS tank have low miles and California emissions?
Damn it better. We're about to see. Okay, just as I figured. So we got. And again, I tried to stay away from the unboxing videos just so I could be somewhat surprised. Okay, now that's the bummer. And this was a bummer for me when I saw this with the Sky Striker, just because we're a little more modern these days.
Right.
The sticker sheet.
Yeah, I agree.
I was never a fan of the sticker sheet because no matter how old they get,
That's a good point.
they start to flail. So,
Jeff,
but
did you get the Sky Striker, Jeff?
I did get the Sky Striker. It's the only one I've ever backed.
Did you put stickers on that?
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Look at those.
So how many figures does it come with?
Oh wow.
They came with 4.
Oh, right, okay.
This one's got some cool autograph on it, which another reason why I wouldn't open it. And it looks real to me. I don't know. I mean, so we have this.
Wow.
And I don't know.
So what's the signature on it?
It's Ron Rudat. He's the creator of that
Oh,
design.
wow.
Like that.
Yeah, and it looks legit to me. I mean,
Is it a real signature?
And that's the HISS Tactician, Cobra HISS Tactician. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
So yeah, there's a quick answer to why I got 2. So not opening that. So. And then we have the Cobra HISS Driver.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just fantastic. I'm loving that.
Even the box looks cool. You know, I know we're not a fan of windowless boxes, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then we have another figure, the Cobra HISS Gunner, which I believe is a female. If I'm correct.
Leslie will take you over Pete any day.
You know, and then with these packaging, Money Shot, Haslab.
Yeah.
You're not gonna find these on the clearance sale in Ross.
Nope.
I wonder how
And
much
then-
they'll go for though, because people will sell them individually, won't they? I bet they're about 250 quid at least.
Oh, you
I
guarantee
really
it.
like this one, and this was the one that definitely threw me over the top. This Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
on the retro card.
Has a 6-inch. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I like to
awesome.
put the accessories too on it.
Yeah, in the back. Cool. File card, all that.
That's
Joe
cool.
was never
That
shy
is cool.
with the accessories, as crappy as they may be and flimsy, never shy with the accessories.
Hey, Cat.
And I can tell everybody that
Cat.
it is a little bit stronger, the card back, than the original retros to get all bent up. Nice ding in mine. Unbelievable. That's it. This will be an open, looks like. So that was one thing I wanted to see right away.
I saw Usual Mike's video about the card backs. They're making them thicker now, though, aren't they? On the new retro GI Joes, they're wrapping it around and so forth to make it. So, did that not come like that? No.
That one's thicker.
Right,
the
it
other
is
one's a flat. I mean, the last set that I got, wow, that was really, really bad. I mean, the snake eyes I got was hideous. So. Yeah,
Size got a keel over.
So, Scott, with the figures, correct me if I'm wrong, did they not have a poll where you could choose which color figures that you wanted, you could get with the, did they have different color schemes for the figures?
They did. And I believe, I don't know if it was the driver. I don't think it was the female tactician, but I don't remember. But of course, the one I voted for didn't go through, so the hell with that. No, I thought that was. I thought it was a really cool. I thought that was a really cool move by Hasbro to offer that to us, and
absolutely.
That autograph, that's impressive. That's going to be.
Yeah.
Even though we have 2 of them, it's going to be hard to slice that open, but still.
What are your thoughts so far, Scott?
I like the figures. I like the way they packed it. I like the borders on the corners. Still surprised how they could have that nice packaging and I get a little ding in my retro Cobra Commander, but we'll see with the other box later. But yeah, no, I'm impressed with the look of it. I'm impressed with almost everything.
Are you going to take the other figures out of the box? Are you going to take the other figures out of the boxes?
What's that?
Are you going to take the other figures out of the boxes? Not the Cobra Commander one, but the driver and the tactician?
I'm taking them all out of their package, but I got backups that are going to stay in their package. Yes, so yeah.
Cool.
He got
Yeah,
two,
that was
Jeff,
all
didn't he?
part-
So
that was part of
Oh,
the
of course.
whole process. Yeah.
it's Scott, Jeff. It's Scott.
Yeah,
He didn't
yeah,
buy
true.
one, was he?
Okay.
Here we
So
go.
That box looks huge, considering that's the fourth box.
egg crated.
Wow.
It is egg crated. And it looks like these are the track guards.
Now, isn't the rule when you
Track
put
guards, I
something together,
believe.
you have to have stuff left over?
PTR.
I don't know how I'm going to put all this back, the stuff I don't use, but we'll find it.
That's the chin gun.
Yeah, I was going to say the pin gun, yeah, I forget where that goes. And the two sets of the cockpit, the clear and the red signet one.
Oh wow.
Oh, so it comes with two cockpits, two shields.
Yeah, see, that's the bonus of having another one is you can actually make two variety hit
Two
tanks
different
because I think the missile on there, you know. Okay, so taking that off, that's pretty nicely done.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
look at that.
Make sure that there's no damage there. So I guess we'll take the beast out first. Yeah, then.
You know, it's watching this now. I'm sitting there thinking, oh, I really wish I packed this.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, Stu.
yeah. I know what you mean. It's like, oh, that's cool.
wow.
I don't know if I care for the sticky paper on there, but whatever.
It's well packaged with the padding,
Yeah,
Custom.
definitely.
custom fit stuff.
Really sticky paper.
Oh, right. I was just going to ask if the tracks moved, but it didn't move on the original, did it? They were just
No.
plastic.
Oh, that's
Right,
cool.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Thank God.
Yeah.
But they do on that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are they smooth? Is it hard to push?
They feel like they got some grip, to be honest with you. It's like a it's a track system, but it's kind of clicky. I don't know if it's just new and super new rubber. I mean, it's not like I'm going to be driving it around town, so
Right.
you know.
Is it a smooth thing though, or is it on a ratchet? The wheels, does it click when you move?
Yeah, it looks like
It actually
that's
ratchets
the main,
in. Yeah.
you
It's
know,
got
and
the cogs actually work.
see that how it kind
Wow.
of clogs, and the other side the same way. It's just they cogs it over. I don't know.
It's not motorized, is it, Scott?
No, at least I don't know, but we'll
Upgrade.
see because there is battery operation in the back, I guess.
Isn't there a
Got
light?
lights and
cool.
stuff like that, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right, Jeff. It has a light on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where you turn it on. Let me see. As I'm just slamming it around. So right there. There and there, and that's where the culprit is, but how the heck you gonna see?
While you're doing that, Scott, Rolando's here. So there's a
Hey,
thing we
Rolando.
do when there's a thing we do when Rolando's here, and it goes like this.
There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright.
Rolando.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out the trick on how to turn the damn light on.
Yeah. It might be
Unless somebody in the chat knows, they can drop
G4 says
the
battery covers underneath.
battery cover underneath. Yeah. Try that underneath.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Did G-Force get one of these?
G-Force, no. Okay, screw it.
No, I don't think G4 did. I know he backed the ghost. I know he's got the ghost coming. G4,
that
did you
ghost.
back this? I can't remember.
That ghost looks amazing.
What else do we have in this?
Scott, that side ladder. Does that side ladder pop down? That side ladder? The little red side ladder?
Side ladder.
Oh, does as well.
It does.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Climb on
right.
up.
So Jonathan's got a point here. He said, "I'm extra salty now that the Hasbro Pulse EU wasn't a thing." So was this the first thing you could get in the UK and in Europe, Stu? This was the first one that.
No. The first thing we got in the UK was the Razor Crest.
Razor Crest was the first one, right?
That was
Okay.
the first thing. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, double missile rack, which
Are
is
those fold out?
I think the missile racks are these double missile. I think they were one of the tiers. I think.
Oh.
I remember.
Oi,
I
oi!
don't remember.
Hi, Coughlin.
How many tiers did it actually hit?
All of them.
Wow.
I know it hit all of them. I think there was 3, maybe 4, because I know that 4 figures. The Cobra Commander was the last figure. Yeah, it was so far back. I don't remember. And then,
Connor wants to know, did Scott just show his red top to Rocket?
that is
I was first
Wow.
Shabby for G.I. Joe. Plus, UK doesn't know that Hell Island is. So she's still not in Ireland. You have to get it from the UK. Wow, that's a bit daft, isn't it? 3 tiers, 3 figs, and then 4 tiers, 3 figs, and the missiles. So the missiles was an extra tier too. Wow, that looks mean, man.
So. That's why, yeah. So
Do those little headlights? Are those what light up? The little headlights up front?
I think they do when I unscrew it. Yes, because I forgot about this. It's got that Cobra beam.
Yeah, it's got the projection of the
Yeah,
logo.
it's got that beam Cobra insignia with, and through there's a. Yeah, I totally saved getting a screwdriver and batteries and all that. So
The headlights look like they're off a Chevy or something.
Yeah, that looks so cool.
Yeah, the front is pretty gnarly and all that.
You know, because
a bird to get out, that's for sure. I mean, under the ground.
What's HISS stand for? High Speed Sentry? That's what it stands for? HISS it stands for High Speed Sentry. I wonder if it still does.
I believe so. Maybe there's something inside there.
I just thought that TJC. It looks like a DeLorean at the front.
DeLorean, you're right.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe let's see. It's got the packet. Why wouldn't I have thought to open the packet to tell me about the battery? Yeah. Cool breakdown. Not like a transformer that I do not know how to do. I don't know what to do when we get Soundwave in, because that's one that we wanted to do a vehicle and a Soundwave, and I can't transform anything. So, I think it's
no big deal.
I mean,
yeah, no big deal.
They've been pretty consistent on what they're doing, other than throwing like little additives in there. But yeah.
Which came first, the HISS or the DeLorean? Oh, that's a good question. Jeff, you should know that. What came first?
I think the DeLorean came first. Yeah, because the DeLorean was in Back to the Future, which was around the same time. So it was before. I don't know. I'm going to look that up.
Yeah.
So
there you go. Lights, logo, headlights, grill instrument panels inside the back and tail lights.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. 81 to 83 for the DeLorean, and the HISS was. 81 to 83 for the DeLorean, and the HISS was, 82 to 84, something like that when it started.
Scott, are you impressed so far?
Very.
Yeah.
It's how you would expect them to pack something that they specially made for us, the fans. So that's impressive. It's always the most impressive part, of getting something in good condition after waiting so long. I don't think it's too cheesy. It's definitely going to take time to figure out and put it all together and all that. But we'll see what we can do.
But is the vintage HISS tank iconic? Is it up there with G.I. Joe, like, I don't know, where an X-Wing is for Star Wars? So they'd have to get this 100% right? So that's what I'm...
Yeah, I think it is to some degree.
Yeah, I think the HISS tank is probably the most iconic in the cartoon series, because no matter where they attach, they always have HISS tanks. So, and that again was one thing that was kind of cool, other than being too violent, was the comic books and the cartoons were kind of hand
Well
in
done,
hand,
Des.
you know. So yeah,
Well done, Des. That's a good point. There was a DeLorean in the Wild West. So.
Yeah,
cool.
to me, it wasn't as iconic as the Sky Striker or the Whale, but
Yeah,
it was because the toy itself was pretty cheap. Like I said, the treads didn't move or anything like that. But it, for Cobra stuff, it was right up there with the Rattler and the Moray.
Yeah, never had a rabbit.
You know, I'm going to bone to pick with you, Stu. This is your fault. This just for you know how many messages I get that say just for Shabby in
Well, I didn't start it. That was Matt. That was Zero. That was Matt.
Just for
Matt
Shabby.
started it. He was the one who noticed it, and I just jumped on the bandwagon.
Des is right. 1883. Yeah. APGM. Hiya, pal. Someone said last night, how did the Cobra transport all those HISS tanks into battles? You have to ask a G.I. Joe expert there.
They had the giant flying snake.
Yeah, they had the mothership.
Yeah, the mothership.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Super 7's doing something with that, I saw.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to back though. It finishes today, and they're under 2,000. They need 4,000, don't they? So I don't think it's going to back. So
It can never. It's too big. It can never be done right.
no.
Well, the thing is, I mean, if I say it won't back and then put it out on YouTube, it's bound to back.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. We're definitely going to take some figuring out with a lot of this stuff too. So, I don't know what it is about Super 7. They just a lot of people love them. A lot of people love them, but to me, they're just too. I don't know. They're kind of goofy. I don't know. I don't mean to offend anybody, but I think they're kind of goofy.
So the number at the front is that 788 like on the original, or is that I can't really see the number. Yeah. And that's printed on, right? That's printed on.
Yeah, thank God. You know, and I'm glad that these are printed on too. So,
right. Okay. Off basically.
Is that the original one there, Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff's got the money, man.
It's dirty. Oh man, I really need to dust.
Yeah, so's mine. Mine's dead dirty too, but
this one's not in the best shape either. But yeah, it's.
Is that the original one, Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because I got because they released it again, didn't they, with the retro line?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I managed to pick that one up fairly cheap. So.
Yeah, the retro one's pretty good too.
Yeah.
They've got the HISS Tank 3 retro line in Ollie's for $12.99. Stu, that's it.
Really?
The blue one. Yeah, the blue one that they brought out. $12.99. So
incredible. I've just seen PGM in the chat. He'd fit quite nicely in that, wouldn't he, old PGM? That's about the right size for him.
Oh, you know, that deserves that definitely deserves one of these. Oh, brilliant.
Pete.
Wow. I don't know about this sticky stuff on the cockpit. That's kind of annoying.
Yes, until the 31st of December.
It's not going to go away, though. It's not, is it?
It will. It will. It will go just as quickly as it came.
Agreed, Kieran.
It is me.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. That's the worst thing. I mean, dust everywhere.
Yeah,
That's probably why Georgie said we should probably breathe all that dust in while she was cleaning them. But
there you go, Scott.
Right. So let's have a look at that. So is that like the original copy? Because that looks more or less like the one that me and Jeff have got. So is that the original? Right.
Yeah.
That looks awesome.
Yeah. As I try to alter it, figure out, okay, this is where you put this on there. So
nice.
Give it a little bit.
Do they project out, or is it just for show that?
They're just a little. Which is funny. I'm looking at them because one popped off, and it almost has the same rivet system, Jeff, who you would know as like the old school.
The two
vehicle. That was like the two.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to see.
Oh, like the X-wing wings were put on.
Yep, exactly. X-wing were like that too.
Yeah. So I like that. It holds a little bit better because, again, I told these guys, you guys have heard me rant in the chat about it. as much as you like the figures and you get the original dog ship figure like a falcon, you know, or a big boa face, you know, you're not going to like those. Thank God he's got a helmet, but it's the weapons they come with that are so flimsy. And that's, you know, and that's a Hasbro thing, you know. Multiverse does the same thing. I think the best weapons producers are Motu. You know, the swords aren't too bendy, you know, but so far these feel pretty good. But as far as the figure weapons, the eel, wow. You know,
Oh, that's cool, G-Force.
Getting that trouble bubble, and I'm sure other people have had the issue flipping those missiles on the side. I snapped mine and I don't know, immediately, you know, trying to put it together.
I appreciate listening to that, Scott. Thanks, because mine's arrived. I still need to open it, but thank you for the warning on that. I'll have to be double careful when I'm doing that.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah.
If they're flimsy and weak and all that noise, so you know. But so far everything seems to attach nice, you know. Again, other than the motorcycles, I think that's all we've had so far, right? The motorcycles.
Yeah, so far. Oh, and the Serpentor, what's it called? That hover thing Serpentor came with.
Oh, that, yeah.
That one, that's pretty nice. I like that one. My Serpentor has some strong ass arms. I haven't been able to bend them, but yeah. But no, as far as a bigger vehicle, you know, the weight feels good, the look feels good.
How long is it? Would you say about 12? What is it? About 12 inches?
You know, I mean, there's got to be a two seat here, but say longer. I mean,
It looks really good.
I mean, if you got a 12-foot clogger like this, man, you don't need skis when you go to the snow. So, I mean, it's a big ass foot. So, 18 maybe, you know, a little added with the gunner on there, you know. But I'm no carpenter, so I don't know. You know.
So Scott, all the stickers look, you know, very much the same. You know, you got this one there, you've got these, and you've got this guy. It looks like the same. And down here is the side panels that you got to put on. Does it have the little sticker here?
Oh, that's right. There's a little white one there, isn't there? A bluish one. Yeah.
They do.
Do they? So they're pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So now I always heard, you know, on the original one, on the top, there's these two little indents right here, and that was to hang that on.
Look at that.
I don't know if that's true or if that's just a coincidence, but I didn't know if yours had the little indents right here and here.
Wow.
I don't see indents, and I have no flight pack to compare, but I do not see those. Do you see those, Jeff? You would know.
Nope, they're not there. I just made me wonder. It's like if this was true that's what those were made for originally, if they put those in yours, then maybe that was a precursor to them actually making one of these. But I don't know.
That was another iconic Cobra.
Yeah.
Pack vessel or backpack, whatever. I forgot what they called that.
I can't remember right off the top of my head either. I'm drawing a blank.
Scott, if anyone tells you it's 12 inches, you always say yes.
Why? I said 18. What are you talking about? I wasn't going to short change this. I went 18.
Almost curly whirly like I'll ask my wife.
Back to the whirly. Okay, so
it's impressive with all them bits. Now you put all those bits on.
Instructions, so
wow.
Apologize.
Got it. It's 19 inches long and 11 inches tall. So it's huge, man. It's a big thing.
No, I think G-Force was just talking about him.
Oh, was he?
Oh.
I tell you what, Sue.
Touche, fair play. Fair play. Yeah, fair play, Pete.
It's definitely loaded. That's for sure. I mean, if this thing comes your way, you're in trouble, I guess. So, definitely loaded with weapons.
Cool. I like the little extra minigun on the side.
Yeah.
Like the commander's guns.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like on a regular tank, the tank commander up top always has his own personal machine gun. That's kind of what those are.
Yeah. It's almost like, how are you going to fit 3 people in there? There's too much weaponry for one person. You know,
I think the rockets
almost overkill.
Yeah, that's why that's why I thought the chin gun was a little too much, but maybe not.
Okay. Have a look.
Because I think the rockets on the side were from one. I don't know if they were recreations of one of the later HISS tanks, but yeah, the original ones never had those. Those are cool though.
Oh, right. So you never. So yeah, because mine doesn't have them like yours, Jeff. But I thought, was there an accessory pack or something that you could put on?
I think they might have come later on after I was already out of. You know, they did like 5 or 6 versions of the HISS tank in the original line.
Got you.
Until they got
it is impressive.
A little lost on that one. I'm gonna have to look into that with the side panels, which is odd. Okay.
So what did they do? Just press in?
I believe so. I'm trying to click them, see if they got to fit underneath. Okay, so the blank panel. Yeah, they just click in.
I think so. Gil said or not? I'm not.
Say.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it! I don't collect modern stuff, but man, this is tempting as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking that as soon as you opened it up, I was like, oh,
it's cool.
Bollocks.
Where would I put it? Where are you gonna put it at, Scott?
I don't know. I was thinking that I didn't compute that. I'm like, oh damn! After I opened it, I got it stashed in the garage. It's not ready. We're still putting it down, so I'm gonna have to find a spot. You know, I was contemplating opening up the second one and trying to do 2 different ones. You know, and
that'd be cool.
Do that, but opening the figures, you guys see the figures and all that.
So how does it feel in hand, Scott? How does it feel in hand, mate? Does it feel quite sturdy, or does it feel quite flimsy in places?
Yeah, I would say so. The one thing that I could say, okay, it's the button first. Okay, what's loose? This feels kinda loose, I would say.
Okay.
The stairs and the opening, but again, this isn't something that we're going to be doing when we were 8, 10 years old and driving it in the back and all that. So as far as posability, I like the fact they didn't put the pegs on the back. It's sturdy enough, because they got the handles here. If you got some supers on the back or however you want to do it and all that.
Yeah.
So
now the back opens up, doesn't it? You can put figures in the back of it as well. Is that right, Scott?
Yeah. I mean, because here's the whole step here, so they could be in the back here, holding on apparently, using the guns here. I am guessing to help out whatever homeboy you have in here using these main guns. So
So what's it look like?
You can get a couple of good scenes in there, and then
but the door in the back comes down, doesn't it? That's right. Yeah.
It does.
Okay.
And
that's cool.
That's the one I didn't bring the screwdriver. I gotta get some dang batteries in there, but it does light up in there, which is hard to see.
That is really cool.
It's kind of it's kind of cheesy looking, but the Cobra chair in there, I mean, other than lighting up, I think they put a little bit too much in there. It's not one of those ones, unless I'm mistaken, where the side kind of comes off, kind of like how the sail barge did. Even though
It's got a little bit of an APC troop carrier feel to it, like kind of like what the Russians do with their tanks sometimes. That's cool. And the 2 lights
ramp
on the
looks cool. The ramp looks good. So if you wanted to do ramp shots, not bad. It looks really cool. So using my head, I think I could do a lot of cool looking things when I put it together. So.
Scott, Connor asks, as a dad, in your opinion, is there a space for a stroller in the back? Is it practical for a family day out?
Well, with my little one, I don't know. I got this nifty backpack I took her out in last night, so I could put her in that backpack and strapper right here inside this chair, so we might be able to make that work, Connor. I think we can make it work.
But
Scott?
for people that don't know, I mean, Scott, obviously you're in Instagram, so if you follow Scott at HawksSpot Collecting, you'll put pictures up when you've got the lights in and so forth, won't you? So we can all see what it looks like.
Oh
on
yeah.
the top.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think,
I
Jeff?
didn't
What do you
even
think?
break anything with the initial open. That's great.
I think it's awesome. Scott, on the two little lights on the back, do those light up? Do you know? On the top, on the back.
Believe so.
Wow.
And again, it doesn't really tell you that much. Well, I mean, it does. So I believe so because they look like little, and they have the.
Wow.
It's cool because it looks like they do have the Cobra symbol embedded in them.
Yeah.
So that will be really neat. But we can see because it shows all the illumination.
So yeah, GeForce is saying the seat slides up and down, and there are weapons racks on the other side.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you,
they
Connor.
do.
Yeah, that's where you can follow Scott. Thanks, Connor. I appreciate that, mate. Right there on Instagram.
Right here.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so they do have them in the back. So
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
So Scott, I have a feeling I know the answer to this, but since they hit all the stretch goals and stuff, and you've got two of them, I assume you feel like it's been worth it.
Yeah. I worked my butt off for these ones when I was doing my side job, So
You were on for these from the beginning, though, weren't you, mate? You were like, I'm definitely getting these Shabs. I'm having these. So.
I'm not gonna lie, I backed that thing immediately. I saw it. It's like, oh my god, finally, and this would kick off, this will kick off the classified, if it goes through. It went through all right.
Yeah.
So.
Just going to ask you, Scott. Now that you've got it and that you can see it for yourself and you've got it in front of you, as amazing as it is, do you think that there's anything they could have improved on, done anything better with, anything that they could have added to it, like blast effects for the missiles and stuff?
Motorized.
Yeah, I mean, add to it. I mean, how much more do you really need with?
See,
it's got so much damn firepower with it. I mean, you're gonna blow holy hell down. You got a nice cockpit. The cockpit's nicely done inside. The rotation, nice. Weapon
with the Sky
rotation.
Striker, they come with blast effects and stuff like that, where the missiles and the torpedo, the missiles were coming off. Would you think they could have added those? Do you think that would have added to it, the dynamic to it, or you're quite happy with how it is?
Like they did with the X-Wing, where it was battle damaged as well. Is that what you mean, Sue?
No, just the blast effects, really, because when the rockets come off on the Sky Striker, you've got those blast effects and machine gun effects and stuff like that. I just wondered if anything like that would have kind of added to it, or you quite
like how they did the Sky Striker and the Dragonfly.
Yeah.
I do think that would have been awesome. And looking at these missiles, I think that the actual tubes, sliding them in the tubes, would have looked more, cleaner. I would say. I mean, even though it holds off the Cobra logo, I think it would have looked slick, with the tubes. As far as
Damon's got a great show here. Damon says tons of lights. When you open the back door, the interior light automatically comes on.
I just accidentally discovered this, and now I just figured out why. So they're doing a digital render of those SMS missiles. It's a tow package missiles, and I think they showed this before. That's why it hit me when I pulled this down. There's the tow package for the missiles that come out when they have that big old.
Wow.
Yeah, because
cool.
They even put a hitch on this bad boy.
The original had a tow hitch.
Yeah. I know it's been a while. I haven't got in. God, it's all packed away. So not.
Scott, can you pull it forward a bit so we can look at the canopy on the top, what the top looks like, and then if you can change the canopy, that'd be awesome. See what the other one looks like.
Yeah, that's nice.
That original looks great, though.
It does.
It's very clear, isn't it? So you can see everything inside. That's awesome.
I love the 5-point harness inside.
Even the steering has the Cobra logos on it, which is really, really cool. So let's swap. Take a look at the red version.
Oh, they're easy to snap on and off as well, aren't they? That's not
really easy.
Scott, does it have a steering column?
Fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Is it a steering column inside, or is it two joysticks like you would a tank? What's the steering like?
It's one joystick. Let me think. It's one joystick and one lever, like a.
Oh, okay,
Is that
cool.
coming
Oh,
through?
not
Does
Yeah.
that light up as well? Does the front part light up in there?
I would think so because the front
Yeah, I
panel
think
is
the dash does
LED
light
almost.
up, yeah.
It looks LED, so I believe it does. I believe it does.
that.
Which
Which
That's
again,
nice.
unpreparedness with the batteries. For some reason, I thought they would come with it, so
That's
looked
all right.
out on that one.
That'll cost you another
Yeah,
$100,
Golly.
Scott, for the batteries. Another $100 for those, mate.
Yeah, extra battery.
Oh wow! So this one has open windows,
Oh, wow.
little ventilation.
What?
Can he drive with his arm out? Can he put his arm out and drive like?
That's a trip. Yeah. But not so easy to put in. So this one,
Wow. Now that looks cooler, I think.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
I am not watching the main again with that. It's crazy. This
Oh
thing's being
yeah, that's
crazy.
a
They're gonna
nice
slaughter
touch,
us
that,
today.
Jeff, isn't it? Look
So
at
yeah,
that.
you can open the window.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
I
Let
mean,
a steamer out in case you steam it up in there. You know?
it's better. It's
So we
better.
got that. And let's
Better
swap
entry.
the track.
Yeah.
Man. The red with the red.
Kieran asks, why didn't you back it, Sue? Sue, why didn't you back it?
Oh, don't start, Shabby. I mean, look, listen. I may look calm, cool, and collected, but I'm absolutely crying inside at this moment in time. Oh, why did you back it, Sue? No. God.
Oh, that's a good call, that Connor. They said
Yeah,
they would
yeah,
not pack batteries because they know people will be keeping it boxed. Like it was, I don't know, man. If I had one of these, or it's like when the Eternia playset comes next year, there's no way I'm keeping that in a box. That's coming way out, you know, like the Raising Crest and the Sailboards. I think you've got to get these out, haven't you? Like Hot Toys, you can't just
Yeah,
keep them in
you
boxes.
really do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Wait,
awesome.
That's the red flash.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. I like
Wow.
that too. I like that too, Jeff. That little modernizes it as opposed to looking like an original. You know.
It looks like a really mature weapon system where they just start hanging weapons on it wherever they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing
You
is,
know, Yeah.
I need to know where the hell this goes. I don't know what this is. And
G-Force
I
will
do
know.
not know what these little attachments are that came with it. So,
David just sums it up, don't you? Look at David. Ooh. Oh. Brilliant.
I mean,
David,
Shabby,
brilliant.
you've seen it now. What do you think? Do you wish you'd have backed it, or
Yeah,
Yeah?
I really do. Because I think my issue was, like I said, when I first started, when the Joes were over here in the States, they weren't that accessible. And I don't know whether it was through the pandemic or whatever. You just couldn't get as many. So I was like, well, they're not really coming out as, they're going to go like Black Series. So I thought, well, what's the point? But over the past 6 to 8 months have been more and more accessible, so I've been buying more and more of them. So now I wish I'd backed it. To be honest, when you look at that, it's fantastic.
yeah, this thing looks really, really, really good. The more I look at it, I still need to find out where some bits and pieces go. Like I said, I have no idea where these go. Why am
The
I?
armor is for the guns on top, Connor said. Oh, you must put them on top of the guns.
Oh, the two
Okay, good
miniguns.
call, Connor.
On the two
Nice.
miniguns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, I didn't think I liked that
That's
gun, but I like it now.
We'll figure this
I
out.
think it looks meaner with all the red and all the like armor stuff on it. I think it looks
Yeah.
Certainly beefed it up in it.
beefed up. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. I mean, could you have done it, Sue? When you got your barge, you wouldn't have left that in the box. I bet you got it out straight away, didn't you?
Well, I did,
Have
yeah.
to figure that one out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, the two pieces for the life of me.
I tell you what, if Hasbro did a My Little Pony Haslab, with a stable and all that sort of stuff, I'll be over that like flies round shit, mate. I'll be on that straight away.
Well, if you had a horse barn, you would have flies on shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
They are Scott. That's the shield for the front of the turret. So
Yeah. Do the little?
I got to figure out how to put that on there.
Do the little ones go on the 2 miniguns?
You know what, Jeff? Damn it to hell! I think you are correct. Let me see, because I looked at the size and I'm like, maybe, but oh, in
Ammo.
case you were wondering,
Ammo.
there it is, Jeff.
Wow.
Damn.
Drums. That's
Thank God
cool.
you guys are here.
it is cool. The little touches in it. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So if the 2 main guns, do they
Spotlight.
rotate enough? Do they rotate enough that they hit the miniguns?
They do what?
Does the main gun rotate enough that it hits the minigun? Or I guess they all rotate together. Never mind.
Really odd. Unless I have it on backwards, I don't know. Weird. I might have it on backwards. Possibly.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, flip it over to the outside.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. So.
That's awesome,
Rookie.
though, Scott.
Damn it, I put this thing together so many times, I should have gotten it by now. Yeah, so it's
So, Scott,
meaty.
would you say it's
I
value for
mean,
money, Scott? Would you say it's
Huh?
value for money?
What was that, Stu?
Would you say it's value for money?
Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the figures alone, the 4 figures alone,
Yeah.
think of the pop that they're at. What are they at? 25 right now. So there's a hundo. This thing to me is easily worth $200, especially with the accessories, especially when you can customize it out the way you want to. The
How
LED
much
you
was
effects,
it?
basically
I'm
have 2
sure, are going to
vehicles,
be
don't
good.
you?
They look good. So
Sorry, how much
Yeah.
did you say that was?
How much was it?
was it 3? I think 250 or 3. I think it was 3. I
Oh,
forget.
now I'm kicking myself.
Yeah, it was 250, and I think it came to 3 with shipping, didn't it?
Out
So
the
when
door,
tax,
yeah.
so it's about
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, that's how long it is. You know,
250.
you sweat out a Haslab and then it gets back, and then you're like, okay, I got it. I know I'm gonna get it. And then when it comes, you're like, oh yeah, and then you forget all the details. How much did I pay for it? I mean, you know, when did we get it? And I believe it was 18 months ago. But
Would it have been have been worth it if they didn't have the stretch goals?
for 300, I mean,
It's
looking
not
at it now and having it in my possession, I'm like, oh hell yeah, you know, I have. So yeah. So but those stretch goals are, I mean,
They're amazing.
they did it right. You know, I wish
Yeah.
they would have did the Rancor like they did the stretch goals here.
Yeah,
You know,
and
I
actually,
mean,
stuff that was worth it.
they really messed that up, you know, because a lot of us, you know, I mean, Cy was test. I think Cy wanted to back it. I wanted to back it, you know, especially him being the Return of the Jedi fan.
Mm.
Yeah,
They botched that whole thing up and then
Yeah,
tried
they
to clean
did.
it up at the last second.
Because that
Yeah.
Rancor would have been out this year for the
That-
part of the 40th
Yeah.
anniversary, wouldn't it, for Return of the
Yeah.
Jedi?
Yeah, we would have got
Yeah.
it by
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But
They-
I agree with Scott. They botched that up from the beginning, didn't they? They just, you know, they're trying to sell something
Yeah.
we never saw. Then when we did actually finally see it, after they did, it wasn't painted, and we were like, "Come on, man! You want 350 quid and 250 quid, and you're not even showing
it was
us
just
it."
a culmination of everything though, because it was the bad tears, you know, the bones and the backdrop rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. But at
Yeah.
the same time, I don't think it was enough to push him away. And then I think it got a lot of bad publicity, I would say, from other YouTubers hating on it.
Yeah.
You know, kind of pushing a campaign, which I don't know about backing out of it, but
Do
you know, a lot of people dropped
stretch
out
goals
of
with
it.
the figures
So
didn't help, Scott, with that Rancor?
They-
Because I mean, you had the Gamorrean Guard, then you had Luke, and I think there were. I mean, because you could still get the Gamorrean Guard in certain stores for like at a discount price, couldn't you?
Should have been the
Yeah,
Rancor
the Guard
keeper,
was
and we
nice,
knew
the
Luke
Guard
was coming
nice.
anyway. So I agree with you. Should have been the Rancor keeper. Should have been Ula. Should have been like a Jabba's goon. But
they took a
doing
lot of
Luke-
shit, rightly so. I think.
Yeah,
The,
it was a
the
bit.
thing is, Shabby, with that, there was no way they were going to do an Ula. Absolutely
chance.
no chance.
Which is daft, really, because if you see
Yeah.
some of the Marvel Legends that they make, they're very scantily clad, you know. So,
Yeah.
and that's what you know. Our size showed me a few Marvel Legends, and I'm like, well, we can do that, but we can't do.
I don't think it was so much the fact that she was scantily clad, Shabby. I think what it was to do with was the fact that it was what she represented
She
in
was a
that
slave
movie.
girl.
Yeah,
That's a good point. That is a good point.
And,
yeah, you're right.
you know,
Yeah,
it
never
is what
thought
it
of
is.
that. It is
And
what
that
it
whole
is.
ULA thing is just that they can say whatever they want about that. That's ridiculous that they won't make that figure for whatever reasons, whatever. I don't know what the reasons are about how they're trying to, pierce it up like, she's a slave, this and that. They already did that to Boba Fett ship, which is never going to change in any of our real minds. We're never going to
Yeah,
call it the pirate spray. It's always going to be slave one, The whole not doing ULA, that makes no sense to me. They could say whatever they want,
Yeah.
I mean, and then not
So now
wanting
you
to
put
do
it
a
all
slave
together.
Leia again. Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Now you put it together. Are you gonna keep all the accessories on it? Or are you gonna minimize yours? How do you prefer your HISS tank?
I'm going to do one just like this, I think, with everything on it.
No.
And then I'll do the other one, obviously, with the clear and the other track card. Probably drop it open, try to manipulate something in there with something going on with some of the extra troopers. You know how I like the troop build. So yeah, definitely gonna have them two different ones. Yeah,
But
try to make it get as much bang of the bus as I can up it. If I have
I think that with the even if it didn't hit the stretch goals, if it was just the vehicle with all the accessories and one figure, to me that's almost worth it. Then if it didn't have, I mean, seeing it now with all the stuff it came on, the battery power, the lighting, and all the details, the cockpit is amazing. That back part is really cool. I wish it was bigger, but I get that for the scale, but and the size, to stick to the original, but it's so cool. Scott, when you get a chance to and you get batteries in it, I'd love to see some photos on your Instagram on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll pop her on Instagram when I get time and figure out the batteries and figure out, this will do hickey and all that. But yeah, we'll definitely put some pictures on there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just gotta find a good spot to take pictures of it. So.
It's very impressive. I mean, even the ones that, like I said, if we didn't back it all, we're not really you can't take away from that. I think it's one of the most impressive Haslabs. I mean,
I agree.
Yeah,
it was worth the wait.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, would I paid for it with all the figures at the time? Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
That's how much I like it. So, it's a nice piece. I mean, what was the sale bar? 5? I missed out on that.
5.
We're kicking ourselves on that, but that was 5, right? And was the Ghost was 5?
5, yeah. G-Force got the Ghost.
Yeah.
That was 5.
Yeah. And that came with what? 4? The whole crew, I think, didn't it? I didn't
didn't come with the whole crew. I think Zeb and Chopper were missing, weren't they? Is that right? You'll get it, aren't you? Sabine, was it?
Sabine and Chopper were missing, yeah. But then they did say that they would get those figures out on those Rebel car backs if it was fully backed.
Right. Hey, Jumpy, I hope you feel better soon, mate. He's got the lurgy. Oh, man. At Christmas. Yeah.
300 for 6-inch scale.
That's not
4
bad.
figures. Yeah, you got me all day.
I mean,
I forget how many went on the Dragonfly. I think the Dragonfly got 3 or 4 figs in there. So,
but again, that's got lights, that's got electrics, that's got lights and stuff like that. That lights up the cockpit and everything like that as well, doesn't it? And it makes you wonder why they've not done that with the Star Wars Haslab projects, like, say, for example, the Razor Crest or the Ghost. You're paying that much money for it. Yes, it is big, but why not put some lights
especially
on it?
how cheap they are soon. I mean, LED lights are so cheap. I mean, so I never understood that either. For $500, it should do at least that.
Absolutely. I'm not worried about sound effects or anything like that, but to have a good light up system and stuff like that, like that has got, it's just makes so much difference.
I wish I would have backed the Ghost.
The same is, if this was a Star Wars vehicle for 6 inch, damn well that price tag would been up there starting 400 or 500.
I agree. 100%.
Star Wars, so
Yep.
I think I'm backing the wrong horse here.
Yeah. Oh, well, brilliant. Right. Anyone got anything else to say about it before we go? That's been brilliant. Thank you so much for opening it.
That was amazing, Scott.
Yeah.
The only question, the last question I have is I'll pay the shipping when you send it to me.
He's got to. Just go around to his. I've got his address. Just steal it, Jeff.
Yeah,
just steal
it's fine.
Yeah.
Right, one last question from me, Scott. You've got the HISS tank. You've got the Dragonfly coming next. what else would you like to see from a Haslab project within the G.I. Joe Classified series?
Whale.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I think I was talking to everybody about this a week or two ago. Andy said to Andy, I'm like, man, if the Tomahawk would be a dream, Haslab, a Tomahawk,
Yeah.
And I heard they were doing the Snowcat, and I always loved the Cobra Wolf too. That was I don't know why, but I really liked that vehicle. I liked the figure that came with the vehicle. But if they could stretch a Tomahawk, that would be something neat. I mean, me personally, I just love the Tomahawk. So.
Yeah, that would be big.
Can you imagine how big that rotor span would be? I mean, I've got one up here behind me right now, and it's too big.
Yeah, is that just two of the dragonflies?
Yeah,
dragonflies.
Yeah, true. True.
So
yep.
That's going to be like one of those ones like a sail barge, So.
Yeah, it's funny that what Connor's saying here because Scott's been in our community for years. And This is his first time on the stream. Do you believe that?
Wow.
First time,
awesome.
Yeah. It's weird because, we were talking about it before and I said, no, you've been on ZSR. I'm sure you have. And you went, no, this is my first stream. And I thought, wow, after all these years. So I really do agree. You did a great job as well.
I tried to get on with Stu, but it just didn't work out with the, 2 times that he basically invited me. Working, so.
Far too big for us now. You've got to talk to his agent. You've got to get through Georgie. Hard work getting older Suze.
She's in bed ill at the moment, so yeah, it's all right.
Exhausted from all the work. That's what it is.
Yeah. I've overworked.
We need to have.
We'll be getting on more. We just got to figure out the times and all that, but we'll be getting on more.
Sue, have you got anything coming up, buddy? You want to promote before we get off?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, no, not really. Not until the new year.
Right. Well, we've got I've got the Batman stream with Smith Lord, PGM, and all that sort of stuff on Wednesday. So Wednesday we're doing the Batman. It's a year since the last one, but go on. I think you've thought of something, haven't you?
Actually, I have. Yeah, tell a lie. I'm so sorry, Scuba Pete. We've got our Christmas special next Saturday at 10 o'clock UK time, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the draw for the Star Wars trivia quiz, which starts in January. So I'm going to be doing that. So yeah, looking forward to that. Once that's done, Once that's done, we're going to open the chat up. So we're going to be putting the stream link in the chat and people can jump on and wish each other a Merry Christmas and pop on and say hello. And
is this on Saturday? Oh, we'll definitely do that. Yeah,
Saturday,
we'll definitely. Yeah.
Next Saturday.
Fun. Yeah. And then obviously you can find Jeff with Chasing 80s Toys.
Yep.
Yeah. You can always find
Jeff. I ever do a video again, which I will eventually. Chris,
one of my
Mm.
traditions is always Chasing 80s Christmas videos. I love them. I love them.
Yeah, we've been talking about that a little bit. But
they're so good. They really are.
Yep. Chris has some new stuff up there for Chasing 80. So yeah, go ahead and check it out.
Awesome. Great unboxing, Scott. Walter Moccasin, yes.
Oh yeah. Well, they've done Copperhead.
Walter Moccasin, yeah.
Well, it's a question for you. What I'll ask you a lot because you lot, like I said, are a lot more G.I. Joe than I am. If you could make a Haslab vehicle, what would it be for G.I. Joe? I'll start with you.
Classified? Does it have to be classified?
Could be anything G.I. Joe. If there was a new Haslab coming, what vehicle would you like to see?
USS Flag.
Oh, can you imagine this?
Going big.
The big one, yeah.
Going big.
Yeah.
What about you, Jeffers?
Probably the Whale.
The Whale. That's the hovercraft one, isn't it? Is that the hovercraft one?
That would be cool. That'd be cool.
That was my favorite thing as a kid. That or the Moray.
The one I admire the most, and you've got it down there, Jeff, that I would have killed for as a kid is that rolling headquarters, like the big truck that comes out like stairs.
Yeah.
That thing, that to me, I watched the video on it. I'd never seen it before. And I thought, wow. Yeah, it was like a tackle box. Mm-hmm. Wow. I would have killed for that as a kid. Because I don't think they brought that out, did they, in England, Sue? The flag definitely not. Defiant definitely not.
No.
No.
Actually, my other one I'd want to do would be a Terrordrome.
Oh, you've got one of them, though.
Yeah,
you've got one of them.
I do have one. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yours is fully complete. Let me just make you big a minute, Jeff, because yours is fully complete now, isn't it? You've restored it.
Yeah, I fully restored it. Restored it. And the driver with the parachute or the fire bat and everything's up there. Everything's complete. It's in some perfect shape. But yeah, I'd love to see one of those in a 6-inch. I mean, nobody would have any room for it or where to put it. Sorry, my room's a huge mess right now. But yeah, it'd be amazing to have that.
You can ask Jeff and Scuba, Sue, and what is it, Scott? When I went to Jofa, I'd never seen the box for the flag and the Defiant or anything else. I could not believe the size of that Defiant box. Honestly, Stu, I have never seen anything like it. I mean, I'm 6'1". This thing comes to here on me. It was bigger than the flag box. And the flag box is big, but that Defiant box, can you imagine us getting that for Christmas, Stu?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like five times the size of a Falcon box, you know?
Yeah, it's just awesome, isn't it? Absolutely awesome. And that video that you did.
Go on, Stu.
That was
He's
awesome.
frozen. I'm going to say Mo back. Say it again, he froze up.
And I was going to say that video that you did with you boxing it up and sending it off to Scuba Pete. I just love that. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
He loves that thing. I wish I had another one now. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have sent that to him.
That last comment was right. That moray. I totally agree.
I was going to say, what is a moray then? What's the moray, if you don't mind?
Moray. Let me tell you, somebody gifted me that as a kid. As a poor kid, I got that on Christmas from the downstairs neighbors. He talked about almost getting tears of joy, getting that from some complete strangers.
Oh, yeah.
That right there.
Now I can see what you mean, Scott.
It's the hydrofoil. And so.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. That's just nasty right there.
See what I mean?
Amazing.
See what I mean by the HISS logo is takes the Moray logo instead.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like about what they're doing with the HISS.
Right, got you. So that's what you meant before when he opened that box and that logo was on it. Right.
Yep. Oh, it's been a while since I opened this up. But yeah, that should open up and
So
you got all missiles and stuff in here.
Cool.
Yeah, this thing's amazing.
Yeah, that is awesome. A lot of people are going for the whale as well. We've got Killer Whale, Go Big or Go Home. And then Damon says, I still have my whale. Would love a classified one. That would be huge, though, wouldn't it? A classified
to me,
one.
the whale and the moray were like, opposites of the same thing. And I would love to see even both of those at one time as a full Haslab 6-inch. I'd pay $1,000 for all that. If they did it like
Cutter was a great figure. I think that was the figure that came with the whale, I believe. Cutter, I think, yeah.
Yeah, the flag was so big, even Shabby.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, they were massive. You're right, G-Force.
Yeah.
Somebody check Jeff's floor has been vacuumed.
I got stuff laying. I haven't cleaned up the room in like a month, and it's ridiculous.
Well done, Kieran.
Oh,
That's
very good, Kieran.
Oh, brilliant. The logo may be an Easter egg. Oh, that's a good point Damon makes. That is a good point.
I think you're giving them too much credit, though.
Because if it takes off, they've done the vamp, haven't they? So, and it's if has the vamp come out yet, or to back, or
that's next year.
Next year, and if that flies out, then they're going to do them. Aren't they? They're going to keep doing them. So,
I mean, listen, Hasbro get a lot of stick. They really do, and I think rightfully so. But I mean, they do some good stuff, and some of these Haslab projects have been pretty cool.
Yeah, I do.
Don't understand how Black Series cannot get on board with them. Everybody's been successful, but they cannot button down the Black Series.
Why?
Yeah, but I put that down to choices. Their choices of things that they want to sell. Plus, I don't think their campaigns are that strong. They're not great.
No,
it's like they half-hearted. They can't be bothered to, have that.
And they got to stop.
People would jump and buy it, but it's not the case.
They got to stop putting their idiots in the front on the live streams to introduce this stuff. It's like they're not legit people. That seem like for us that are collectors that know what they're talking about, that grew up with it. It's all people that are just like, oh, I just discovered this a year ago. It's like, come on. Throw somebody up there that knows what they're doing. I know they're trying to do that more by bringing in some of the other, YouTube guys and stuff. But I don't know. It just seems very. So it's hard to watch those live streams. Let's just say sometimes
it must be hard for them doing them as well. To be honest with you. Yeah.
What Jess says here is the strictly Star Wars collector. You know what? I've always said it. You're probably sick of me saying it. If all this Joe stuff was available to us, I think. I would have gone mad. I would have gone mad for it. I would have got to the age I am now being a huge Joe collector but I kind of like it the way I've done it though, really. It's only been the past, 5 or 6 years that I've been learning about it and seeing it. the funniest thing is though, Sue, I don't know whether you do this too. The amount of stuff every time someone shows something different, there's something that I've never seen before. Like, what is that thing? Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, we're talking how many vehicles was there? There must have been hundreds.
Oh God, there's so much stuff, and everything has so many accessories. And that's the hardest thing about being a Joe collector is finding all the accessories for all the vintage stuff. Even the figures. You know, the figures came with like 5 things, 8 things. It's like, oh my God. Oh, you know, you can buy the whole figure complete except for one little item, and you're going to pay $60 for this figure plus all the accessories. But that one little accessory, like the mic that you're missing, like the Tomahawk pilot, he's got a microphone, just a tiny little microphone that's $60 by itself.
Wow, and that is tiny, isn't it, Jeff? That microphone is proper tiny. 60 quid for that. You know,
or so. You know, 60, but it's ridiculous how hard it is to complete some of this Joe stuff.
Yeah. It's weird the prices as well. I watched Pixel Dan's video yesterday. There was he went in to buy some Joes, and there's some at $4 next to one that's $250, and these are loose next to one that's $60. And I'm like, well, I don't know where to start. You know, it's Jonathan. I think good point here.
As a kid with G.I. Joe, I mean, with all the vehicles, with the cartoons, with the comic books, and then even with the figures, you get all these accessories. Sometimes you get a dog. Sometimes you get a pig, depending on what figure you get extra guys. You're not paying deluxe, you know, to get a Naugahyde with a pig or with Snake Eyes with Timber. And then even on that, you know, you get to look at the back and stare at all the other guys, just like the Star Wars figures. But then you get the classified, so you get all the dirt on that figure, you know, why he's part of Cobra, why he's part of G.I. Joe, you know, Iron Grenadier. It's just, there was just so much that came with it, you know, the extra articulation. So, G.I. Joe was just, you know, something that attracted a lot of people for so many different ways. Because, you know, they brought everything together for something like toys, like we all did.
Yeah, a lot of people come to the toys in different ways because, you know, a lot of collectors come to the toys through the cartoons. I came at them through the comic books, and so there's characters in the comic books I would love to see made into 6-inch figures. I'd actually get them like Quinn or Dr. Venom that you've never seen a figure for. There's some just the Joe stuff is so vast. Like for me, I have to constrain myself from 82 to like 87, and I have a bunch of stuff outside of that because I went nuts for a while. But I'm trying to focus on that, and it's like I just want those lines, and that's it.
It's weird though because you see stuff like Scott's just shown, and it just as a toy collector, right? I'm going to start getting as much of that as I can now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, but then you'll want something next week with a different toy line and go, right? I've got to get as much as that.
If you're not
easily done, though, isn't it, Shabby? Easily done.
Yeah, it's so.
If you want to get into vintage Joes, to me, it's as daunting as trying to dive into collecting wine or something like that.
I bet it is.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Jonathan says here, Classified is like Moto Origins, does the same thing, slips Easter eggs in upcoming stuff for their artwork. So maybe they're on to
100% correct. And that's always another attraction.
That's true. The Joey's game is on point, and it's like what Super said before. You know, the way they've changed it and the way they've got. I mean, now it's one of the best toy lines. I think it's amazing. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I agree with that.
Fix the bendy weapons, and
six bendy weapons. Yeah, but those Star Wars buckets deserved all the call for Christmas. Brilliant. Hi, Toy Scavenger. Nice to see you, buddy. He said there's so much Joe stuff. It's an amazing line to get into. I'm still learning and love how much there is.
Yeah.
You're speaking my point exactly. I'm exactly the same way. And I think we're lucky in that sense as well, because usually our IPs for franchises, for toys, are all the same. We're buying the same stuff now we bought as kids, you know, Transformers, Star Wars, Moto Origins, and that kind of thing. So for me to get into G.I. Joe and learn it at this age, it keeps me going, if you will. It's, you know, it's like a surprise for me. So, yeah, I agree with that. The amount of Joe stuff out there, very hard to collect. I bet it is. I bet it's absolute nightmare. Here we go. Do you think it is? Do you think it is one of the biggest toy lines in the world? Absolutely. It must be, Jonathan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, if you take the old 12-inch ones, definitely. But I cut that off at 82. So yeah, it could be. That's a really good question. I can't think of anything else. I mean, I can think of some that are going to be bigger, maybe like you know, as far as the volume, like maybe Smurfs or something like that. But I don't know.
Listen to this. Good old Daniel Chart, Sue. Daniel Chart. He said, I received an empty G.I. Joe box for Christmas once. My dad said it was a G.I. Joe dessert. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Right, let's get down to the last one. You're just lucky the line called G.I. Joe and not G.I. Mavis or Shabby. Charming, brilliant. Right, we're done. So, if you can subscribe to all these beautiful gentlemen, follow Scott, HawksSpot Collecting. Connor put the link up in the chat. So, follow Scott, and we're done. Thanks to Sue. Thanks to Jeffers, and cheers, Scott. That was really nice of you, man, to come on here and open on my channel. Yeah, and it's awesome. Yeah, I think well worth it. I think it blew us all away, really, didn't it? I think we're all on the same thing for that.
I'm trying to advocate for the next Haslab for you all. See, so
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
We were thinking about the dragonfly, whatever the next one is. You know,
you needed,
we got the blueprint right here.
Yeah. You're gonna be doing this every time now.
Yeah, great stream, guys. Cheers for the unboxing and great stream.
Cheers,
right,
guys.
We'll see you all. I'll see you all on Wednesday for our Batman stream. Don't forget to check out everybody. We'll see you soon.
Cheers now.
See ya.